Hello, everyone. My name is LaFaye Duggan, and I'm a student here at BYU, Idaho. You're probably wondering what I could possibly say in this podcast, and that's a great question. It's something I learned as I worked in a hospital. I wanted to give you a little insight to that. I have worked in the hospital for about 2 years, and I have truly learned how important it is to wash your hands. We were even tested on our skills of washing our hands. I thought this was funny at first because who does not know how to wash their hands? They had me wash my hands with soap and water, and then we looked over our hands under a black light. I was washing my hands very thoroughly because I was not going to be the one that didn't do a good job. But after we washed our hands, they put them under the black light. It was then that I realized how many places I had missed and how I can improve my hand washing. I really noticed through the black light that I did not wash well around my nail beds and in the creases of my hands. This experience was eye-opening to me. I wish everyone would have a chance to see how they wash their own hands. Unfortunately, I do not have my own black light, as I'm sure many of you don't. However, I can teach you what I learned through this experience. The CDC teaches 5 steps to properly washing your hands. The first step is to wet your hands with clean running water. Warm or cold, it does not matter. Then turn off the running water and apply a generous amount of soap. You are now on to the next step, which is to lather your hands while rubbing them together with the soap. Lather the backs of your hands in between your fingers and under the nails. The third step is to scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. You can use a timer or hum the alphabet or happy birthday song from start to finish at least twice. The first step is to rinse your hands well under clean water, making sure all of the soap is washed away. The final step is to dry your hands with an air dryer or a clean towel. If you don't have soap or water, hand sanitizer works well. If it contains at least 60% alcohol, which will effectively get rid of the germs. The Indian Journal of Medical Research said the significance of hand washing in patient care was conceptualized in early 19th century. In one notable case, Semmelweis worked in Vienna Hospital in 1840s that had 2 maternity clinics. The first clinic was overseen by medical students who would often move straight from working in an autopsy room to working in the delivery room. These delivery rooms had an average mortality rate of about 10%. The second maternal clinic was overseen by midwives, and it had a maternal mortality rate of only 2%. A breakthrough in 1847 moved Semmelweis to institute a policy of washing hands with chlorinated lime for those leaving the autopsy room, following which the rate of maternal mortality, dropped tenfold. I'm sure many of you listening to this would think it's common sense to wash your hands after you leave an autopsy room. I know I would. But my question to you is, do you wash your hands thoroughly enough? Do you wash before, during, and after preparing food? After eating, caring for a sick friend or relative? After using the bathroom, touching animals, coughing, or sneezing? The CDC recommends you wash your hands after all of these incidences. If you have answered yes to all these questions, you are doing great, and I hope you keep it up. If you need some improvement on some of these questions, now is the time to start improving your hand washing techniques. We have always had germs and illness to worry about. We are now more aware than ever of the importance of hand washing with the illness of COVID-19 spreading quickly throughout the world. By following proper hand washing techniques, you can help stop the spread of illness and keep yourself and others safe. I want to thank you for listening to my podcast, and I want to say thank you to the CDC for teaching the proper way of washing your hands. And I also want to thank the Indian Journal of Medical Research for teaching us the significance of why we wash our hands. I'm so grateful for you guys to listen, and I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Thank you. Bye.